Hey guys, what is up? It's me, Croft Studios here, and I'm here with a LEGO Star Wars 2015 set review. And I'm here with set 75093, the Death Star Final Duel. It is 724 pieces, retails for $79.99 here in the USA, and it contains 5 minifigures. So let's take a look at our box. Here's our box, and taking a look at the front right here, you can see it just shows basically the set. And turning onto the back of the box, it basically just shows all the features you get in this set. Moving on to our instruction manual, we have a couple of advertisements. We have a couple in the beginning right here, just these little advertisements right here. And when we go to the end of this manual, we get a couple more advertisements right here. Basically just show some of the sets, and you get a little minifigure showcase type of thing here. You can see all those minifigs. Then you get the evil robot of Doom. Here are the extra pieces included in this set. In this set, you get 1 brick separator. The first minifigures in this set are basically the Royal Guards. You get 2 of these in the set. Basically the same as the ones you get in the battle packs. You get these little weapons with them right there. They have barely any torso printing. Take a look at basically their torsos right here. You can see there's not really much on there, and when you turn them around, it's just basically the cape. It's very simple minifigure. Definitely gets the job done though for Royal Guard. They're really simple people in regards to design and clothing wise in the movies and such. So there's not really much needed to explain about them. So definitely a great job with these figures. Second up for figures is Luke Skywalker, and I definitely love this Luke Skywalker because he has that torso from the Emperor's fight, and they haven't really made that torso in a really long time for Luke Skywalker. I think they did in the Ewok set, but other than that, there's not really much to it. You can see he has a lightsaber in that dark greenish color, and he does have some cool back printing right there. Pretty nice looking minifigure. I really like that color of the hair instead of making it that bright tan one, which I did not like very much. You can see they give him a happy head on the back, which I don't really like that much. I mean, he was in battle. They should have given him a really angry face for when he was like going all crazy, haywire on Darth Vader. They really should have given him a better angry face. I mean, they gave him this kind of worried angry face. It's not even an angry face. It's just kind of a sad looking face, like he just lost something. I don't really like this head that much, but they really should have made the expressions on this Luke Skywalker better. But other than that, it's not too bad of a figure. Up next for figures is Darth Vader, and there's a completely redesigned helmet for Darth Vader, and I definitely like it. I think it's a little big on him, but other than that, it's a sweet looking helmet. Definitely like the look of it. You can see his torso right there, and leg printing is pretty nice right there. He gets some handcuffs right there to put on Luke, and he also has a lightsaber. He does not have any back printing, unfortunately, but I will show you his face and stuff in a minute. But definitely a cool looking minifigure on the outside, so let's take a look at his face. Here's Darth Vader's head, and you can see he has kind of a smirking face right there. I don't necessarily like that expression at all. Here's the thing about it. I really wish they would have given him kind of a serious face, just like the movie when he was talking to Luke before he died. They really should have given him a better face than this. I'm really disappointed in that. The expressions for the set are really weak in my opinion. And you can see his back head printing is pretty cool right there. I like the basically just the small details they added. But I really like how it's basically 2 parts for Vader's helmet. But definitely should have improved on the face printing, which I really think is a weak part of this set, basically. And our last minifigure in the set is basically the Emperor, and you can see he has the lightning bolts right there. Definitely good torso and leg printing. Pretty good job on those. You can see his face, his really angry face right there from when he's shocking Luke, basically, and you can see his back head printing. When you take off his hood, he just kind of has a weird looking face right there. Like I said, the expressions in the set aren't terrible, but I think the Emperor has the best of them for the minifigures, for the expressions, basically. These ones aren't too bad. I like this face. Even though it wasn't necessarily from this movie, he kind of made this face when he was fighting Yoda and stuff like that. But definitely a cool minifigure, and I like what they did. So here's the actual set, basically right here. It's not too bad of a model. There are a couple flaws I have with it, but overall it's not too bad of a model. We're going to take a 360 of this entire model. 360 no-scope turning around here. See the side windows right here? I really like the design right there for those printed windows. Turning it to this side, there's also another one. You get 3 of them in the set, which is really cool. I definitely love those. I wish they would have put a couple details right here on these studs. They just kind of left those blank. And right here, there are also some details on this side, basically the same idea or premise of the other side as well. And then on the front, you got the doors. So basically, one of the big features with the set is you can kind of open this whole thing up. So basically, just open it up like this. They're hooked on by these, and then you can basically pull out this right here. So it extends out. I like that, but it doesn't like click or anything, so it stays in one position. So if you move it around, it's going to kind of move everywhere. That's not too bad of a design overall. Really cool playability for younger kids. So it looks pretty cool. So we're going to take a look at the door first. Starting off the model, we got the doors in the front, and basically it's the same premise as the Palpatine's Arrest set. I literally feel like I'm just reviewing this set again, the Palpatine's Arrest set, honestly. It's almost the exact same premise and type of design for the set as well. I'll show you those basically throughout the review, but you can see how the doors open up right here. Really simple design, and obviously you can fit the Royal Guards in there or whatever. You got a couple of these right here, same type of idea from the Palpatine's Arrest set. And basically one of the features with this, you can kind of flip this up and put a minifigure on there, which is a really weak feature in my opinion. I mean, this is literally terrible looking. But he almost flew into basically the endless hole right here. But you can see that it's pretty cool looking. I like how they did this little pattern right here. It doesn't look too bad. And it's a pretty nice design for how that moves in and out. And this feature right here is really sad in my opinion. I do not like this feature. I don't know why they add these on the set. You can literally just do this yourself. You don't need a set to do it for you. You can just do that yourself. So I don't really like this feature. It ruins the look of the model in this area, what it could have been. Obviously you can change it, but it's still kind of annoying to have. But we're going to move on to the left side of the model. Moving on to the left side of the model, we have a couple of small playability features and just an area where you can basically have Darth Vader and Luke fight. So one of the features, you just kind of push this and it falls over. It's not really the best feature in my opinion, but it is sturdy when it's basically like this, so you can have your minifigures running around up here and stuff like that. Basically you can just kind of hit it with the lightsaber. I think that's a pretty good feature, one of the better ones of the set for little kids to play around with and stuff like that. It's not too bad of a feature. And also you got the big gray piece down here. I really like that piece. It has the bars going across it. And going on to this side, there's a couple more details on the side right here. Like I said earlier, obviously this window opens if you want to, so that's pretty cool. It's not really necessarily meant to open, but it's still cool. You can maybe connect it to something else or something if you want to add on to the model. So it's a nice little area over there. There's not really a ton to it, but it's definitely a cool area where you can play with your minifigs. Now onto the right side of the model, this is one thing I have a problem with the set. This is in an inaccurate position compared to where it is located in the set, because in the movie, this was actually down here next to the door, when basically you just disconnect this. You spread this out, it would probably be around right here in the model. This hole should be about right here. I guess you could say, to be accurate with the model. But, I mean, it is fine where you just have it right here, since you could put your minifigures and actually have them fall through. I would have been fine with having it right here as well, since it's accurate to the movie. But you can see that right there. It's just they put a lot of big gray pieces on the bottom here. Obviously, this opens up like before. But obviously, you can just kind of throw your minifigs in it. Basically, just take Emperor right here. You can be on the edge, and you can just get them thrown in right there. And I'll show you what the inside looks like in a second, but that's basically the premise of it. So, let's look at the inside. These are what some of the details look like inside of it. You can see there's just some sticker details on there, which I do not like. Wish it would have been printed. It would have been a lot cooler to add to the set. But basically there's a hole at the bottom, so you can just take your minifig out, just kind of lift it up right here, and he'll fall out the bottom. So I definitely like that, where you can just kind of lift it up and get him out pretty easily. So a nice feature right there. So we're going to move on to the middle. Moving on to the middle section, one of the features with this, basically just kind of press down on this and the stairs kind of fly off, which I don't really know what this is even supposed to be, because it wasn't necessarily in the movie. I don't really know what it is. You just kind of put it back on there. It's kind of a weak feature in my opinion. I mean, it is to add to the playability of the set, but I don't see why it's there in the first place. So moving on to this, there's a lot of cool details on here. I remember these are for the movie. There's cool details to add on to the set. And there's a big chair up here, obviously, for Palpatine. He can sit on there. Definitely cool looking. And you can obviously put him in the chair, like basically like this. Gotta bend his hands up, though. Otherwise, they'll just kind of go into the pieces, which would be kind of weird. Just put him right here. And that's what he looks like in the chair. This fits in there pretty well, and it doesn't mess up the cape either. And you can see how it spins 360. And there's also some details on the wall, printed pieces, so those are pretty cool to get in the set as well. And obviously this window can open just like the rest of them, like I showed earlier. One of the cool features about this is basically you can just kind of lift this off, so you can get to the bottom area a lot easier. And it's definitely cool because you can have the little scene going on down here where Vader is talking about Luke's sister and stuff like that. It was kind of a cool scene. So it's cool to have that in the set. And one of the last features that are in the set, basically when you put this back on. One of the features is that you press this piece at the bottom, and it basically fires a lightsaber like that. But it's a terrible feature in my opinion. It's probably the worst of the set. That is a terrible feature. I don't even know why that's even in the set. It's one of the most stupid things, I think, that they included. I think they included a feature like this in the old set, except it was just a little area to hold in Palpatine's Arrest. Remember that set had a feature kind of like this. But this is really bottom of the barrel feature-wise for some of these features. But some of them are, I have to admit, pretty good for little kids to play with and stuff like that. So let's go into the rating on this set. Alright guys, now onto the rating on this set. This set being $80, it's not the worst set of all time, but it's definitely like an Palpatine's Arrest set. I think they could have done a better job on it. One thing I don't like about these these big building sets, not necessarily vehicles, is the fact that they add tons of playability features that are unnecessary to the set, such as the basically falling feature, where basically the figure falls through the big hole into the endless abyss or whatever. They should have put that in the accurate position that it was in the movie. Another thing I don't like about the set is basically that stupid lightsaber feature in the back of the set is terrible. I don't even know why that was even added into the set. That was a terrible feature. So most of the features, LEGO can probably say, hey, we have a ton of features in this set. But in reality, most of the features are terrible features. That's one thing I don't like about the set. It's kind of like a fake. And another thing, the figures are a little weak in my opinion, except for Darth Vader. He's a great figure. Just the expressions on the figures are very weak. And the Royal Guards, there's not really anything special. Palpatine barely has anything new about him except for an expression on the back of him. So not really much is crazy about. I'm not really crazy about this set. It's just an okay set in my opinion. So I'm gonna give this set a 7.4 out of 10. It's not a great set. It's just an okay set. It's kind of like a Palpatine's Arrest all over again. It has a lot of same design features and stuff like that when it comes to the model. So yeah, that's basically it for this review. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe.